The Z Fold 7 versus the Honor Magic V3. Surprising results. One thing is certain, the landscape has changed this year. Notably, the Honor Magic V3 received a much more enthusiastic reception in our reviews than the Z Fold 7. Is the South Korean giant becoming complacent? We aim to explore this question in our latest analysis to determine which smartphone reigns supreme. So here we are, looking to see if that claim holds true. The full review of the Honor Magic V3 is available, and while it stands out as the thinnest foldable on the market and a remarkable smartphone, can it compete with a mainstream foldable champion like the Z Fold 7? The prices of these two smartphones are quite similar, but it's important to note that the Honor Magic V3 is offered in just one storage configuration, 12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of internal storage for £1,699. In contrast, the same memory option for the Z Fold 7 costs £1,899. However, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Here is our detailed comparison of the Honor Magic V3 and the Z Fold 7. For the last few years, businesses have been working to develop the thinnest foldable out there in order for it to feel like a conventional phone when folded. The Honor Magic V3 is the apex in that respect, with a thickness of only 4.35mm unfurled and a little over 9mm folded. It actually feels like a conventional bar phone. The Z Fold 7 also improves on its predecessor, stealing the spotlight with thickness of 8.9mm unfurled and 4.2mm folded, and it's still quite boxy with sharp corners and flat sides. While its style could appeal to some, it seems larger than it really is in the palm. The Honor Magic V3 also incorporates certain unusual fiber materials to keep the weight down while keeping robustness. The phone weighs 226 grams. An iPhone 15 Pro Max comes at 221 grams. The Z Fold 7 is a bit lighter, at 215 grams, yet slimmer, lighter, and shorter than the V3. Both phones come with an IP classification for water resistance. The Z Fold 7 wears IP48, while the Honor Magic V3 comes with an IPX8 rating. The 4 in the Z Fold 7 casing gives a little better dust resistance, and it is protected against 1mm sized foreign objects and bigger. Overall, the Honor Magic V3 feels better in the hand, and much more like a regular phone when folded. Thus, we prefer the Magic V3 when it comes to ergonomics. When it comes to screens, the Honor Magic V3 has a new form factor and a bigger inner display at 7.92 inches, while the Z Fold 7 comes with an 8-inch inner screen. The resolution is a touch greater on the Magic V3 as well, culminating in 402 pixels per inch, while the Z Fold 7 achieves 374 pixels per inch. In truth, both displays seem extremely nice, crisp, detailed, and bright, and although the Galaxy has an edge in pure nits count, both are fine under direct sunlight. The refresh rate on both is 1 to 120 Hz dynamic, and it's the same on the cover screens as well. Display measurements. Our lab testing suggests a modest edge for the Samsung foldable with a brighter inner screen that can also go dimmer to barely 1 nit. Color temperature is pretty close, and the color reproduction is better on the Magic V3. Overall, we would say it's a tie in this area, although the Honor receives additional points for bigger screen real estate, both on its inner and cover screens. As for performance and software, the Z Fold 7 comes with the newest and most powerful Snapdragon 8 Elite, while the Magic V3 still has the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset. However, the Samsung rival has a small for Galaxy mark next to the silicon. It's the newest and finest Qualcomm has to offer, and being flagship foldables, we didn't expect anything less. The RAM issue is the same. Both the Z Fold 7 and the Magic V3 come with 12 gigs of LPDDR5X RAM inside. When it comes to storage, the Magic V3 has an edge with its 512 gigs choice. That's the only flavor the phone is available in. And it also comes cheaper than the 256 gigs Z Fold 7, at least in the UK. Unsurprisingly, the Z Fold 7 was able to move ahead in our simulated benchmarks, but not by much. We may explain the difference in the smaller size of the Magic V3, with some thermal throttling probably going on there, and the significantly tuned Snapdragon 8 Elite within the Z Fold 7. But generally, in day-to-day chores, both phones work beautifully and as smooth as butter, as one could anticipate. We give a tiny advantage to the Galaxy in this area. The software problem is a difficult one at present. The Z Fold 7 runs One UI 8 over Android 16, while the Honor Magic V3 comes with Magic OS over the same basic Android version. Both have their eccentricities. The Galaxy comes with Galaxy AI, while Honor has something similar and also a budding Google collaboration, so it's down to personal choice. Using both, the experience is more similar than dissimilar. They both provide split-screen modes, they have pen support, and you can easily multitask on the enormous displays. As the camera is concerned, the two phones offer fundamentally identical camera systems, with wide, ultra-wide, and telephoto cameras on their backs. The key difference here is the main camera, in which the Z Fold 7 comes with 200 megapixel, while the Honor Magic V3 comes with 50 megapixels, and the periscope sought on the Honor Magic V3 and a more traditional one inside the Z Fold 7. The former comes with 3x optical zoom, a downgrade from its predecessors of 3.5x. Megapixels, numbers, and other technical and constructional variations are relatively immaterial, and in the end it comes down to the ultimate product. So let's examine some examples side by side and discover which of these phones shoots better images. The samples from the primary camera are remarkably similar in terms of resolved details, dynamic range, and exposure. However, there is a significant difference in color tone. The Honor Magic V3 produces warmer photographs, while the Galaxy's images tend to have cooler tones. Ultimately, it comes down to personal preference regarding which color palette you prefer, whether the cooler tones of the Galaxy or the warmer, yellowish hues of the Magic V3. In low light conditions, several unique characteristics emerge. The Z Fold 7 sample appears brighter, but also softer, with some loss of contrast and detail in certain areas. Conversely, the Magic V3 manages to produce an image with somewhat higher dynamic range, though some may find it excessively sharp. The warm tones are once again evident in the Magic V3 sample, whereas the Galaxy offers a more balanced approach to white balance. The 3.5x periscope zoom camera mechanism within the Magic V3 brings the Chinese phone ahead in this unique comparison. The picture is not just subjectively closer, but it's considerably more detailed, and the dynamic range is better. The backdrop likewise seems better in the Magic V3 sample, whereas the Galaxy has smeared the features of the trees and the silos in the background. Battery life. The Honor Magic V3 comes with the third generation of Honor's silicon carbon battery technology on board. This is the key reason the business was able to squeeze a 5,150 mAh battery in this tiny shell. The Z Fold 7, on the other hand, contains a relatively modest 4,400 mAh battery, and this unavoidably translates into lesser battery life, at least in most circumstances. Let's have a look at the benchmarks. Unsurprisingly, the Honor Magic V3 was able to come out on top of the Z Fold 7 in our browsing and video streaming tests, and also by a large margin. The gaming test showed the Z Fold 7 winning with around an hour and a half advantage, so if you want to play games on your foldable, take this into consideration. When it comes to charging, things are quite obvious. The Honor Magic V3 provides 66 watt of wired power delivered to the battery, and additionally, 50 watts wirelessly. However, you will need the special Honor charger to take full advantage. The Z Fold 7 comes with 25 watt wired and 15 watt wireless charging capabilities, and it shows in the charging benchmarks above. The Honor Magic V3 wins this round. The audio quality and haptics. There's nothing spectacular to brag about in this part. Both phones come with sound systems, yet none of them will blow your mind. The Z Fold 7 is a touch louder and more defined, perhaps owing to additional room in the chassis to incorporate slightly bigger loudspeakers. The Honor Magic V3 likewise stores both speakers within the left wing of the phone, so when you unfold it, you receive all the sound from the left side. Again, none of them is excellent at haptics feedback. They get the job done. However, vibration is not as powerful and accurate as we would have wanted. Overall, the Z Fold 7 is definitely somewhat superior in this area, but not by much. Finally, both phones lack the 3.5mm headphone port, which in the case of the Honor Magic V3 may, for the first time, be ascribed to the thickness of the smartphone. At 4.35mm, there's no physical area to fit the jack. So you will have to depend on a Bluetooth connection or an adapter if you want to use your audiophile headphones with either of these devices. Which one should you buy? Which one should you purchase? Everything points toward the Galaxy Z Fold 7, which is undoubtedly the superior device. It's slimmer, lighter, features a larger battery and faster charging, has a bigger screen, and performs at least on par with the Honor Magic V3 in every other aspect. The pricing further clarifies the situation. At the time of filming, the Honor Magic V3 is priced at £1,699 in the UK, while the comparable Z Fold 7 with 512 GB of storage starts at £1,899. Ultimately, it's uncertain how well the Z Fold 7 will perform in Europe and whether it can surpass the Honor Magic V3. However, if you're interested in foldable and are looking for the latest and greatest on the market, you should consider the Z Fold 7. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting tech news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.